Hey painting students, I just wanted to kind of help you guys get started on your next project while I'm not there. So I'm shooting this on my phone and with a piece of paper. You guys will be doing this on a canvas, and hopefully my phone's camera doesn't cut off because it's done that the past 2 times I've tried to record this. So with that said, our next project, we're going to create a value scale with acrylic paint. A full color value scale. So this is going to be a 13 color 10-step value scale, and you guys will be using an 11 by 14 canvas. So what you'll have to do to get something that's 10 by 13 out of 11 by 14 is you basically have to lose an inch all the way around your canvas. The easiest way to do that is to take a ½ inch off of each side, right? So if I take a ½ inch off the left and a ½ inch off the right, then this whole sheet of paper or your whole canvas is an inch shorter. So it goes from being 14 inches wide to 13 inches wide, which is what we want. And the same thing with the top and bottom. We need 10 steps down, but your canvas is 11 inches by 14 inches. So you gotta get that 11 inches down to 10, and so if you take a ½ an inch off the top, ½ an inch off the bottom, then you've got it down to 10 inches. So that's what we're gonna do. Just explaining why we're doing this. So what I would start with is just at the top left corner, make sure you're lined up with the 0 on the edge of the page on your ruler. Make a mark right between the 0 and the 1 at 1/2 inch. That's your next longest line. Same thing at the bottom of this page. So line up your 0 with the edge of the page. Between the 0 and the 1, that next longest line is the ½ inch. Make a mark there. On the right hand side of the page, you can line up your ½ inch mark with the edge of the page and then just make a mark on 0. Line up the ½ inch mark between the 1 and the 0. On the right hand side of the page, make a mark at 0. And then you're just going to connect those dots. And so now the width of your page inside of these 2 lines is going to be 13 inches instead of 14 inches. And that's what we need for a 13 color value scale. So we'll do the same thing with the top and the bottom. You can just line it up with the line you've already made, but line up your 0 with the edge of the page, come down 1/2 inch on that line, make a mark. On the left hand side, line up with that line, put your 0 at the top of the page, come down ½ an inch, make that mark. And then since this is wider than our ruler, right, we can't connect it quite, it's a little short. Since it's wider than our ruler, what I'll also do is in the middle of the page, line up with 0 at the top, come down ½ an inch, make a mark. Then I'll connect to the left hand mark with the center. And I'll connect the center mark to the right hand mark. Alright, I'm just making sure this phone's still recording. It's been cutting off on me as I've been doing these so far. So same thing, left hand line, make a mark at a ½ inch. Left hand line, or right hand line, make a mark at ½ inch. Come somewhere close to the center, make a mark at ½ inch. Connect the left to the center. Connect the center to the right. And there you go. So now you have left, this rectangle that's left in between these borders is now 10 inches by 13 inches, which is exactly what we want. So from there, you're going to make a mark. Basically, you'll make a mark at every 1 inch around the border. So I'll just do the top and bottom first. So on the top I'm going to make a mark at 1 inch. If I line up my 0 with the border, not with the edge of the paper anymore, now the border is my edge. So the border is my 0. And from there I'm going to make a mark at 1 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to do this all the way to 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and a mark at 12. And then between that 12 mark and the border, that becomes your 13th row. Then I'm going to flip the page over, do the same thing across the bottom. So I'm lined up, 0 is on the border. I'm going to make a mark at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and at 12. Alright, then what you want to do is connect those lines, connect those marks rather. This will give you your 13 columns for your 13 different colors. Let me try to line this up better, make sure you guys can see the whole thing. So there we go. And I'm kind of going through this pretty quick. I want you guys to take your time, do it accurately, do it right. Your value scale is going to look a lot more presentable, a lot cleaner if you take your time and do this right. I would be happy if you got this grid done in one class period, right? You don't have to try to knock it out in the first 10 minutes of class. Take your time, do it really well. It'd be fine if this takes a class period, if that means that you keep it really neat. That's what I want to see, is neatness and precision with your grid. That's going to make the whole value scale look a lot better. Alright, so now I've got 13 columns. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up the sides. Again, I'm lining up 0 with the border here, right? And then along this top line, write this outside border on the side. Right along that line, I'm going to be making a mark at every inch again. 0 is at the border. I make a mark at 1, at 2, at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 10th square will be between 9 and this other border here. So 1 through 9 basically is where you're making your marks. Same thing here, I'm lining up 0 with the border, and along this line I'll make my marks. 1 through 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then, because this grid is still going to be wider, right, than the ruler by a little bit, what I'm going to do is come to one of these columns that's close to the center. I'm going to start with 0 and do the same thing in one of these columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's just going to give us something to connect to so that we can slide our ruler down and keep that mark straight all the way across. So then I'm going to go from the left hand mark to my center mark here. I'm going to slide my ruler and go from my center mark to my right hand mark. Right, and I'm going to do that all the way down. And then you'll have these perfect 1-inch squares all the way across your page. And that's what we're looking for. Oops. Again, just slide it down and then go from your center mark to your right hand side, from left to center, and from center to right. Left to center, center to right. Sorry about that. And you'll do this all the way down the page. Alright, left to center. center to right. And we are almost done. And again, if you get this done on Tuesday, if you're not still trying to finish up your black and white painting, then I'm ecstatic if we get really nice grids done on Tuesday. We can start putting down some paint on Wednesday. And start talking about tints and shades. Alright, so there you go. That's how you'll create your grid for your 13 colors. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And your 10-step value scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll have a transition from your lightest value of a color at the top to the darkest value of a color at the bottom. And we'll get into that some with the next video, and Kaylee and Miss Pope will be able to help explain that too. Thank you guys so much. Sorry this one's a little impromptu, maybe not as official looking as some of my tutorial videos, but I hope this helps. I hope this explains it well and it makes it easy to follow. Easier to follow than if I printed off directions for you guys and hoped that you understood my directions. So I will see you guys on Thursday, and just focus on doing this clean and right for now. Don't worry about the paint yet. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.